All right, so we are live. Good evening, guys. My name is Aisha, and I'm in the marketing team at Newton School. Welcome to our YouTube live. And of late, we have been receiving a lot of queries from people who are interested to join our course. So, for those of you who don't know who we are and what we are an edtech startup that teach full stack development in the course of 5 months. And what is special about is that you don't have to pay us any fees upfront. What that means is you only pay us once you land a job that pays you a minimum of 6 LPA. So this is what Newton School does. And we've been having a lot of questions from aspiring Newton School students asking us about the success stories and if they could have a word with the students. So today we have our alumni, Vishal Gupta. Vishal, can you wave at the camera? Say hi to everybody.
Hi guys.
So Vishal has recently gone placed at Toppr, and he would like to share his experiences, his journey on, onboarding with Newton School, and how he got placed after the full stack development course, and a little bit about what he was doing before that, right? So Vishal, how are you? How's life treating you?
It's good, ma'am. Basically, I am happy now
You're
because
happy.
I got, yeah, that's the main
Okay.
thing.
That's
Yeah.
that's something rare that you get to hear. Usually people say I'm successful and I'm earning so much, or
Yeah.
I got promoted. So these are the things when you ask them how are you, right? But I am happy
Yeah.
is a very rare reaction that you get, and that's extremely good. So Vishal, where are you currently placed and what is your designation?
Okay. Okay. So, ma'am, like currently I'm posted Toppr.com. That is in basically a tech startup. And my current posting will be in Hyderabad. Like for now, I will start uh, working from home. And
Okay.
my position is software engineer, front end.
Front
Yeah,
end
front
software
end.
engineer.
Yeah. Front.
Okay. So, Vishal, is this your first ever job? Have you done internships before? How was it like entering the workforce?
Okay, ma'am. So like, uh, I don't have like proper experience since I'm a student now. Like, I haven't completed my BTech. This is
Okay.
my final year.
Okay.
Yeah, so like, ma'am, actually, ma'am, I had a job offer from, from a service-based company.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any proper like job experience.
Experience.
So
Okay.
this,
So this
this
is
will be
basically
my
your
first.
first job, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. So you told me you were in the final year of college and then directly you got this job offer, right? So
Yeah.
most people that I've been talking to in live sessions, they've
Yeah.
they've been previously working in service-based companies or they've had a job switch, right?
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
as a fresher, how does it feel to enter the workforce? Do you feel nervous about it? Because whatever you've learned in college, that's
Yeah.
not the actual scenario when you start working, right? Do you agree
Yeah.
with?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
do
That's
you
true.
feel nervous? And if yes, how do you overcome that feeling of being nervous?
I think there is no point to be nervous.
Mhm.
Rather, I'd say that I am quite excited to start a new journey
Okay.
from being a student to getting into, job.
Okay.
Like, yeah,
Yeah. So one more question is, Vishal, a lot of people don't realize that what they study in college is not sufficient, right, to enter the work. They
for
realize
sure.
once they take up a job, maybe 1 year into the job, 2 years into the job, that's when they realize
Yeah,
that okay, I need to upskill myself to get
yeah,
a high paying job or a job of my choice, right?
yeah, for
So when
yeah.
did this thought come to you? Like when was your moment of realization and what did you do about it?
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, I did my BTech in electronics engineering. I'm basically from EC. Ma'am, it was in my second year or third year. Like, few of my friends, they used to like code and all. I used to sit by them and I used to like watch them like what they do.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. So from there I started, like a little bit of coding.
Mm-hmm.
I started with basic JavaScript and all,
Okay.
but the thing was that I was I didn't have any like fixed path. I was doing some here and there stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so like I was bit clueless, we can say.
Mm-hmm.
Like I used to do some random stuff in
Okay.
coding. Then in my fourth year, when I started thinking about like what should I do after my BTech,
Okay.
so then I got the offer from a service-based company. So initially, I thought that after my BTech, I would join there, and then for after working for like 2 3 years, I would switch job. So
Hmm.
that was my initial planning.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you thought once this, I think this is a usual story. You think that once I pass out of college, I'll work for a few years and maybe then I'll do my
yeah,
master. Then I'll look to upskill myself.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, exactly.
do you think it gets too late, or do you think anybody can learn how to code in any phase they are in their life right now?
Yeah, I mean that's for sure. Like there's a thing that we say where there is a will, there is a way. So if you really want to learn, you can learn at any point of time.
Got it. Got it. So, Vishal, there are three questions for you actually in the YouTube comment section. So, I will take them out for you. Uh, One question is on the entrance test of Newton School, is it difficult for mechanical background students? So, I think Vishal should answer this because you have given the entrance test of Newton School. So, the
Yeah,
question
yeah.
is it difficult if I'm a mechanical background student?
Definitely not. I think the entrance test they used to ask this basic aptitude questions
Mm-hmm.
and basic coding questions. So anyone can do it. Like if you like work for like 1.5 months, it's just enough.
Yeah, it's enough, right? Learning
Yeah,
basic aptitude questions and basic coding questions. Are there
yeah, yeah.
any resources or websites that you reached out to or that you referred while you were preparing for the entrance test?
For coding, I would say you can check for Gigs for Gigs. That is one of
Okay.
the best site. Yeah, Gigs for Gigs. And for aptitude, they are just the basic aptitude, like
Yeah.
normal aptitude that anyone would can
What
like
would
anyone
what
can do.
you would have in while giving an entrance test for college? So it's
Yeah, 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 yeah,
similar type of
yeah, 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 yeah.
right. So I hope that answers your question. Next question is, which batch of Newton School were you in?
Oh, okay. So I was in the second batch of Newton School, which
Second batch,
started which started in the month of November
November. Yeah.
2019. Yeah.
Okay. Now, another question from Abhishek is, how many interviews did you have to give, and how much time did it take for you to get placed?
Okay, ma'am. Okay, so in total, I gave interviews of like two companies.
Mm-hmm.
But I started giving this mock interviews for 1 month. I gave continuously the
Okay.
mock interviews. Yeah, and so I gave two companies
Two
interview.
companies. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
So you have given interviews for two companies, and the mock interviews you're talking about is with Newton School, right? It was like
yeah, yeah.
a practice interview. So for those of you
Practice interview.
who know what mock interviews are, we at Newton School, once the course is completed or during the completion of the course, we have a team of trainers who take up mock interviews so that you're ready to face actual interviews, right? That's the interviews Vishal is talking about. So Vishal, let's talk a little bit about the mock interviews.
Yeah.
How was it? Who was your interviewer, and What kind of feedback did you get the first time you took up a mock interview?
Okay, ma'am. So like, ma'am, like, in total, I gave around, you know, 13 to 14 mock interviews
Okay.
from starting from a front end, TSA, back end, and everything. When I started giving mocks, like first few interviews were like really bad. Like
Okay.
what happened was I knew the answers, but
Mm-hmm.
while facing the interview, I just messed up everything.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, ma'am, like, I still remember one of the mock interview. uh, like what happened was I knew the answers everything, but I couldn't explain a single answer to him.
Okay.
So ma'am, like what happens is like basically the mock interviews are for like 1 hour, right?
Hmm.
So like for 1 hour, like I couldn't speak a single thing. Yeah, so like then what happened? Sir, like my
Interview.
interviewer, yeah, yeah, yeah. He then called me after finishing the interview, and he talked me for like next half an hour and 40 minutes,
Okay.
half an hour to 40 minutes.
It was on the same day, is it? The same day.
Same day, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, same day. So like, yes, yeah, man. So like, he just told me like how to approach an interview, like how to introduce yourself and how to speak up, and what all should you follow while giving, this personal interviews, to one-to-one interviews.
Got it.
Like, yeah,
Yeah. So, from being very nervous and not being able to answer even a single question in your first mock interview, you
yeah,
got placed within giving interviews at two companies, right? That
yeah.
I think that you've done a commendable job, and that growth is very nice. Are you proud of yourself for how far you've come?
I think when there is lot to achieve
Okay.
still, yeah, but
Baby steps,
uh,
right?
yeah, yeah, but but till now what I have done, like what I what I have done, it's like it's good, like,
Yeah. It's like you can give a pat on your back for yourself.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Okay. Another question is, while you were studying in college, you took up the Newton School course, right?
yeah,
So,
yeah.
how well did the course fit in your schedule?
Okay, ma'am. So like, ma'am, the courses were like pretty much, flexible. The classes would start from 9 till 11:30. Then there would be this
Mentor session.
mentor sessions. So like total of like 3 and 3.5 hours. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it is manageable. Like,
Okay. And what about the assignments? Were they hectic? How did you keep up with them? And how often did you get feedback on the projects and assignments that you did?
okay, yeah. So, ma'am, like, uh, in case of the assignments, they were like quite good. Like they helped me to what I have learned in my theory. It helped me to apply on the projects and the assignments.
Got it.
And the feedbacks were like really good. During the 1 hour mentor session, uh, after the every classes, the mentor, uh, you know he used to check our assignments, and he used to give us like feedbacks, like what all should we change. you
Got
know
it. Got
uh,
it. So I would like to take a few questions from Instagram. So one question is, what was the biggest challenge you faced, right, after
yeah.
college, and how did you overcome it?
Biggest challenge, I think like now, as we all are facing this COVID situation, like I used, like, like I was like quite nervous that if I would get job offers. But then like Newton School have like really helped me a lot. Like
Okay.
like starting from like taking the interviews, like giving like this frequent feedbacks. Then like they have pushed me a lot, I should say, in
Okay.
like every step.
Yeah. So like you mentioned, we have a team of dedicated people who make sure people get trained for their interviews and get placed
Yeah,
also. Right?
yeah,
So I think kudos to team at Newton School. I am proud to be a part of Newton School, so I want to
yeah,
mention.
man, for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Now, one more question is, when did you get placed? That's the question.
Okay. I got the offer letter last week.
Okay.
Last week Friday, I think. Yeah,
Okay. So you're a newbie at Toppr, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's great. One more question is, can you talk to us about your package? So, guys, we've been getting a lot of these questions, but all the companies have a policy where an employee can't reveal their package, right? Be it any company you go to, the employees are not supposed to reveal their package. So that's the reason we won't be addressing this question, right? Um, Now let's come to a fun part. I have a rapid fire round for you. Okay,
Okay,
so
okay,
all you have to do is I'll be asking you a few questions, and whatever comes on the top of your head, you're
yeah,
supposed to answer it. Are
okay,
you ready?
yeah, yeah,
Okay. You can't think, you just have to tell me whatever comes to your mind first.
okay, okay.
Okay, great. Now, first question is, what is the best part about programming and why?
Uh, while this programming help uh, it helps it helped me to we all have this idea in our head, like what can we do. So like programming is a source through which we can put our idea in front of the world.
Yeah, to which you can execute and give it life, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's a great answer because I have a question related to that answer.
Okay.
Coincidentally, I have it written. So, if there's one thing you aspire to build, right, there's one crazy idea, then what is it through programming
Okay.
that you think you can bring to life? Is there anything that you've thought about?
Okay, like for like now we all are facing this COVID, uh, this COVID problem. So like one thing I would like if I had any chance I would work on is like tracking,
Okay,
this COVID cases.
yeah,
That would help the, like
that's
the
good.
everyone. Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
think if you can help the community with your skills, that is one of the greatest achievements, right?
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
just a minute, I'm sorry to interrupt, but Utkarsh says coffee with Aisha, ma'am. Yes, Utkarsh, this is indeed coffee with Aisha, but we are missing a mug of coffee. Next time, I'll make sure I have a mug, and we can all. Yeah, I think you guys can also ask questions to Vishal if you want to. Now, the next question is. Um, if you could give programming another name, what would it be?
Um, uh, Building block.
Building block. That's
Yeah.
interesting. Is there any reason for that?
As I told you in the first answer, like, like programming helped us, to bring life into the ideas.
Yeah.
So, with that reference, building block.
Okay. Cool. Next question is, if you could do something else other than programming, what would it be? If there was no option of programming, then what would it be?
Um, I don't know.
Wow, so that you would just be coding. That's how passionate you are. That's great to know. Next question is kill, marry, hook up. Okay, so pick
Okay.
three languages: one that you would kill, one that you will marry, and one that you would hook up with.
Okay. Okay. I would kill Java because I don't know a bit Then I will marry with a C plus plus, and I will
Okay.
hook up with JS JavaScript.
Okay. Cool. Awesome. I think this is the most common answer most programmers give, that they would kill Java and they would hook up with JavaScript. That's nice. One more question is, what is the one thing that you hated about college, and as a computer science student, and what is one thing you loved about college?
Okay, so ma'am, like the first thing is like I am a EC student, so like uh, ma'am, like the problem is, the whatever we are taught in the college, there
Mm,
is a huge gap that what the market wants,
yes.
what the industry wants. So like what I did was like first 2 years, I used to study a lot, like the college, like the course books and all.
Okay.
Like uh, I won't say that it won't help me in future, but like it will not, it will not pay us what we
So,
expect.
yeah. Yeah. Most certainly. Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's one thing you hate about college,
yeah, yeah.
and one thing that you really like about college.
Friends, meeting new people, learning new things.
Yes. So did you make any friends at Newton School?
Yes, ma'am. Like I have few friends.
You have a few friends, and you all
Yeah,
met virtually, and you all
yeah,
have
yeah, yeah,
a sense of community within you. That's great.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the end of rapid fire. I would like to take a few more questions from the comment section.
Yeah.
Um the question is, Guru asks is, does Topper ask tough coding questions?
Not exactly. You know, uh, like all the companies, what they expect is like we know the basics.
Mhm.
The basics should be clear, and like like if your basic is clear, then like clearing interviews are like not that tough. Everyone can do it.
Got it. So basics of coding is required. They don't necessarily ask tough questions. Okay. Um, Next question is, how many members are there in a batch? So that I'll take that question. So we keep increasing the number of questions that we take in. For now, in the upcoming batch, sorry, in the June batch, we've taken close to 170 students. And there's another question that asks us, when does the next batch start? So the next batch starts in the first week of July. Follow us on Instagram. We'll keep you updated there regarding the dates. Okay. Um, okay. One more question for you, Vishal.
Yeah.
Sahib asks is, as a beginner in coding, how do you get good command in JavaScript?
Okay, so ma'am, like as I told you, you first have to clear your basics, like everything. If you have, if your basic is clear, then like coding is not a big deal.
Yeah. So one is the basics, right?
Yeah.
Are there any projects that you would suggest that you should definitely work on to get your JavaScript right?
Okay, like there's no particular project like like once your basics are clear, you can start working on it. Like there are like number of projects available over the net, over the internet. You can take anything or like you can work on it.
Mhm.
And if you join a Newton school, then you will definitely get lots and lots of projects to work on.
Awesome. So, Utkarsh, that's it for the end of the session. Before winding up, I would like you to give one favorite quote of yours, right? What is this one favorite quote that you really like and that you really follow? What would that be?
Okay, ma'am. Uh, this quote where like it is said like where there is a will, there is a way. I just follow that quote. Like ma'am, basically what happens is like the work we have to do that like no one else will come and do for
Do
us.
it. Yes, that's
Yeah, do it for us. So we will have to do our own work. So like we have to work hard, and that's the only way. That's the only path.
Yes. So on another note, I would like to tell you guys that no matter how well structured a course is, how good your mentors are, what kind of teachers you are, or teachers you have, all that matters a lot. But unless and until you put in an effort, it won't work out for you all. So even with Newton School, we are there for you. We have a team of mentors and trainers who are working in great companies. We have our co-founders from IIT Roorkee, and we have a team set up to facilitate you. But unless and until you put your blood and sweat, you won't get the desired outcome, right? So this is what I wanted to tell. And that's it. We come towards the end of this session. If you guys have any more questions, please do come to our Instagram and drop in a direct message. We'll surely take more questions there. Um, and there's one more comment I want to read out. So Utkarsh tells us, next time you will be taking my session, ma'am. Utkarsh, I hope I and pray that I do take your session, because you're in the current batch. So make sure you ace all your interviews, you get placed, and you will be there in our next Q&A session. So Vishal, thank you so much for taking your time out.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you,
And
ma'am.
I wish you all the best at Toppr and all your future endeavors.